In this video, I'm gonna be making a beat from scratch for Wave or Young Thug or Morray. That sort of vibe, you know, pianos, just vibes. So for this type of beat, I'm gonna start around like 160. Then I'm gonna go straight for addictive keys and just back out the piano. Default preset's pretty good, but I'm gonna use the jazz-ish preset. Because for this type of beat, it sort of has that jazz vibe, so we can use the jazz-ish piano. The chords in this type of beat are usually the 1, 6 and 7 chords going down or up, because it just gives it the emotional vibes that you want from this type of beat. So I'm just gonna start plugging in some chords. Gonna add another note on top and make it the 7th. We're just gonna strum it out a little bit to make it that nice and smooth. See, oof. Just gonna strum the rest. I'm getting vibes from this already. This is it's gonna be a crazy one. Alright, what I usually like to do is take a lot of time, make sure the loops are nice and smooth and nice and good. Just add that. This is wavy. Alright, so I'm going to quickly break it down if you didn't catch what I was doing. It's pretty simple. So what I did was start with the chords, the 1, 6 and 7 chords. So this is the 1, 7 is the 6. Then what I did was make a little bit of a bounce. So it wasn't just on every beat the chord changes. It gives it a little bit of rhythm, makes it a little bit more interesting to your ears because it's not exactly where you expect it. I just added some root notes by selecting these, clicking shift and then clicking control and a down arrow. And that just thickens up the chords. And then what I did was Alt-S it and Alt-R it to make it more randomized and more human feeling. And then what I did was just add these passing notes in between the chords right here and here, just a little bit of variation here, just to switch it up and, you know, make the chords sound more smooth when they're moving between each other. That's a quick tip to think I found something, so I'm gonna play it in. Lovely. And now I'm just going to quantize it, but manually, so it sounds more human. Hey, now you're definitely feeling you're in the vibes right now. So now I want to add some ambience, I think, or a lead. I might add a flute or something. I like adding flutes in this type of beat because it just makes it more unique, because not many people add flutes in this type of beat. But anyway, yeah, BBC Symphony Orchestra. Gonna load it up because it has a nice flute. Jam out again and we're gonna see what I can come up with. Played a little bit wrong, but it turned out alright, I think. Kinda wanna layer it with some violins. That's hard. It just gives it so much texture, and like the flute by itself is the main melody, but the violins underneath. Oof. The flute. You can move this into the middle to be on your right, and then everything else can be in the center, but I'm gonna stereo separate it out a little bit just to widen it out. And then I'm just going to select them all and route them all to one mixer channel. And I'm going to add Freak and Volva. Click here and then go to Blur Pink. And it's just going to make it all ambient. And then I like this trick. You can just use it to add ambience to your beats. And it should be this. and delete most of the high and lows just to have it right in the middle. I'm gonna add some reverb to the instrument, even if it's just a little bit, just make it sound a little bit more lively. I'm gonna add it on the preset. 80s mod room worked quite well. Bring up the low cut, save preset, and just copy it onto all of them. Follow my Instagram, by the way, unwantedchip_, and also like the video if you've got this far and you're enjoying. Safe. Go into my MIDI kit, want MIDIs too, and we're just gonna add some MIDIs in. Clapping. Think this on bend. Bend is a hard one. Yeah, literally this. This is the 808 pattern. Let's boost up, make it. Just gonna space out the kicks, you know, line up with the 808 a little bit, but sort of bounce it around. That's what I like. Gonna stereo separate most of the drums apart from the kick and the 808, and the hi-hat makes it more wide and there's more space. Just vibes, man. Then I'm gonna route all of the drums apart from the 808 to a single channel. And I'm gonna add some reverb. This take up the low cut quite high because you want basically none of the kick to be in a reverb apart from the really high mix. Anyway, let's lay everything out and we're going to organize it just by going here and split by channel and get everything in separate patterns. Oh, by the way, if I made a Patreon, would any of you guys pay me money? Asking for a friend. I'm gonna make this the intro. And you shouldn't sleep on the effect of a riser, like as simple as it sounds, just like a psh or a sweep or anything. It really does, you know, make a difference. And I like to have them quite quiet, so you know it's more subconscious. It's not really like a massive element, but as I said, it makes a difference because it just sweeps into the hook or the verse or whatever. So I'm gonna add it in places where I think they should go. Ooh. Man, if you don't like pianos but you like my beats, check out this. You know, it's about guitars, so you'll like it. Catch you in the next one. 20 bloody minutes.